Hello, everybody. Reminds me of my dad, the way he used to say hello. I'm back with another journal here today, and let's get the measuring out of the way. It's a Chunky Monkey. It's 4 by a skosh over 7. Looks like 7 1/8. And the spine is 1.5 inches. And that's the front. It's got fabric and really pretty gauze. It's got a sari ribbon closure, some corrugated paper, and the back's just plain, but that is glued down. It's secure. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Loaded with goodies. And let's go inside. If I can find how to undo the bow. There we go. And this has been sewn all the way around. Because with sari ribbon, like you can see here, they just like loosely stitch it. I don't even think they secure the stitch when it comes on the roll. And so I sewed over it so it would be secure. Again, I left my threads because sari ribbon's thready. Going inside, look at this. Yummy! On the inside here, we have got sewn on lace pocket. Well, not, pardon me, it is not sewn on. I attached it and then, but I sewed around it before I did because I folded it over and I wanted it to stay. On the inside though, we've got some coffee dyed papers with lace and a cute little booklet with a little birdie. And he's kind of raised up a little bit with some fabric that I stamped on. And I stamped all over this thing. And it's got coffee dyed on the inside. And also, it's got, kind of have to check my things out because I put pockets and things everywhere. This has got a pocket here. This has got a pocket here. If I can get it open. There we go. I didn't put one at the top. Okay, so it's got 2 pocket places in it. Real cute birdie with some stamping on it. So it's a nice good sized booklet. And there we go. Okay, I think I slipped and slide. I hope I'm still in frame. Here we go with a real pretty corner pocket. And this is some gauze that I just put under the sewing machine and sewed squigglies all over it. This is a piece of corrugated paper like this, but I didn't antique it. I just left it white because again I like the contrast between the coffee color and the white. But that's got the corrugated paper on it, a little card I made with French on it, and a piece of ephemera in the back. Little brad here. This is, the brad doesn't do anything, it's just there for decoration. Let's put that over there. Okay. Over here, we've got a card with a corrugated butterfly on it. I think that's a piece of a curtain that I had. And a flower. And it's got a Rolodex card on it. And real pretty floral paper that I sewed around. And then I attached this piece of lace at the bottom. This is a smaller sheet, again, with fabric and the corrugated paper. See, to me, that's just interesting. Just to sew wherever. And you have to make a conscious effort to do it when it's under the machine. Because it's so easy just to sew straight. And we have some stitching over here on white background paper. See, I decorate the papers before they even go into the journal, you know, and stain them and stamp them and do that thing. But if I cover them up like I did over here, that's okay. I don't mind that at all. I think it looks good. You got a little bit peeping out, you know, but it adds 2 different looks to the same page, same piece of paper. Up here, a little ticket that's been sewn on, one of those antique colored safety pins, a little half of a doily there. Here's a little man. Antique vintage with a safety pin and some fabric. And look at this. It's a place to journal. Up under there. Isn't that coolio? And I just took my machine and just sewed, played with some of the stitches that I had. And I really like that one. Really, really like that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, I forgot I had him pinned up under here. A nice place to journal. This is a little pocket. And it's got just a little tag in it, but it's mainly here to, you know, like I said, I try to put stuff in there so you know that it's open. And it just fits right up under this safety pin. I got safety pins on the brain today. Clip. And we have some uneven pages here to journal on. I saw, what is her name? Ava, I think, from Bohemian Crafting, and she uses these CD discs. And I thought, how cool is that? So I borrowed this idea from her to coffee stain it, and then I stamped it. Now, she does really fancy things with it, and they look really, really good. But I just left mine plain and stuffed it so you could see some stuff peeping through the window. A little postcard and a little with lace. And then, yeah, that opens up. Another journaling card. So that goes back in here. Go. And then I want this right in front of the window. I'm sorry if y'all hear all my dogs and family in the background, but that's life. Over here you can journal if you wish. And here, a nice piece of blue fabric. I tried to keep it blue with the theme of the cover. And I sewed on it. Isn't that pretty? Nice place to journal or put a picture. Again, that gauze that's been sewn on. Really pretty piece of lace. And then a half a sheet of paper that has been sewn on to the page. Like that. And it lifts up. And then over here, some lace with a postcard, and then the other side of that sewing. I don't know if you can see this, but again, it's stamped with cracks and script and things like that. And over here we have the other part of that CD paper with one of the little mini envelopes. And I don't think I put anything in this one. I did not. And we have a couple of cards in it, a day to remember, and a little music bag. And I put that one over here so that you could see it through the window, if I can get it in there again. Come here, little dude. There we go. So he shows through. Thank you. And then these fit right in behind. Day to remember. And we shall slip you over there like that. And then another piece of paper here. I just think that's so neat to be able to flip different pages, different size pages. It's just neat to me. A little souvenir card with one of those corrugated hearts. Over here, real pretty image of two girls reading and a rose flower, a little piece of ephemera. Real pretty tag, kind of like a bow with a lace flower there. That newspaper in the background. That's pretty neato. And then one of my papers that I make. And over here, another one of those antique safety pins. Pretty fans. A little bit of sewing. Pocket place over here. It's a little heart and some lace, and it's got a background page of the blue with the white polka dots, real faint. And then it was sewn all the way around. And see, even though I sewed all the way around this and I covered some of it up, I'm okay with that. That looks good to me. If you're a journal maker, probably the best advice that I can give you, especially if you want to learn to layer, is don't fall in love with the layer you just did. You keep adding, and it's hard to do because there may be something on there that you really, really like. But in order for you to keep going, you may have to cover it up. So don't fall in love with your last layer. I mean, I like the way that this came out with all the different size papers and different size letters of the books that I used, of the words, different size words. But I wanted more. So in order to do that, I had to start covering up. And it's still, you know, it just keeps enhancing and keeps enhancing. So don't be afraid to do that. Got a little coffee dyed paper here and a little, no refunds, no exchanges. A little tag there with a little UPC code in the back. I can't remember where I got that stamp, but it's so stinking cute. I know one of them says cheap and one of them says expensive. I like the cheap one. No. And then another corrugated heart here. And I think that goes really well together. The blessed matches, you know, just looks really good together right there. Corrugated butterfly, sewing down the page. Over here, some, ribbon. And that's part of a doily that I sewed on. Little heart, little metal heart there, with safety pin. This is the middle of the journal. I wouldn't exactly call it a signature. I just used an envelope. And I put some scrap paper there, and then I came over it with this gauze. And on the front, I used the safety pins. I just love these. I was on a safety pin kick, I guess, when I did this. So I added the safety pins to it with some sari silk and lace. And it's got magnets here and here for easy closure. And inside, I just put some plain papers. Some pretty plain papers. And they open up. Here. And over here is the same thing. It's got little papers. Little stamped. Come out of here. Little stamped paper. I guess it would help if I didn't have my finger here. Holding the paper down as I tried to pull it up. That was silly. And of course it's got magnets too. Now moving on to the second signature. Again, more sewing. It's got some fabric tabs here. A little piece of ruffled lace and a postcard. And a ticket. A pretty piece of paper. This is a Tim Holtz paper clip that holds this on this side. And it holds this piece of paper down. So you get two journaling spots here with a little old ticket. And we'll just slip that right back on. So it's just enough to hold there. And of course, a piece of paper here to journal on. And that holds that on there. A little piece of sari silk and part of a doily. Again, this piece is sewn on to this piece for extra journaling. A pretty fan. Some little odd shaped pages. A little ticket there for a tab. And stitching. And in here, I've just put a couple of cards. One says kindness. And then a sewn card. We have that. More kindness in the window. Another antique safety pin with some of that gauze sewn on. More uneven pages. And I just rip them. I like the raw edge look. I think that's probably one of my favorite looks. Over here, got a pocket here, and it's got some fabric sewn with gold thread and a little bit of yarn over it. And I didn't like the fact that the words were upside down when I made this kind of pocket, so I just stuck a piece of fabric over it. And I stuffed it with a little journaling card here. And then the button thing that opens like this. Just keeps on going. How cute. I'm just in love with this. I think that is so cute. And then in the back, we have a Rolodex card with a little chair stamped on it. Now, I bet y'all thought I forgot about my snippets of paper. Well, I didn't. I actually put them here. I've got all kinds of stuff to journal on. I didn't forget. There we go. This is the other side of that CD cover. And it's got a little heavy-duty cardstock card. Oh, my doggy's trying to get in my lap. Sammy Joe. And there's some fabric there. That little whimpering you heard, she's saying, Mama, it's lap time. More papers. I just like the order, the way that these look. I just think that's so cool. And here, another really pretty journaling piece of paper with some fabric. A corrugated heart and some lace. Back here we have a piece of coffee dyed paper that's just been stitched around. And then we have a little piece of, what did I use there? Twine, I think, with the brad flower. And here we have, I feel like I'm just weebling and wobbling all over this table. Coffee dyed paper with some pom-poms. And then that's fabric washi. Little piece of paper there, but I really like how that goes with the yellow polka dots. I think that's kind of neato. Put that in there. And some corrugated butterflies to decorate that with. And I put a ticket on the edge. And over here, got a piece of coffee dyed paper with some pretty lace. And look, this came out of an old Louisiana recipe book. So, you may want to try that recipe. Love some brisket. So tender. And then here, I've got another one of those little brad held cards. Just a different shape. Whee! Come here, you. So it's got a whole bunch of places to journal in it. If it drives you crazy, you can take the brad off and put it back on, but I just thought it was kind of neat. And over here, a little fabric flower, and then that's a piece of fabric that I coffee stained. A little safety pin again, and another attached. I told you I had a thing for safety pins this journal, and I made a little tag says flourish, and then a place to journal, and then in the back it's got a really nice piece of ephemera here, and some coffee dyed paper with the sari and the gold thread, and then here's a tag, a real cute thing there, and these come out. It's a little piece to journal on. And look, hummingbird. Thank you. So all those go in there. It doesn't have to go down in the pocket because this is secured and it will hold it. There we go. It's got some seam binding there and some little, I don't know what this is, but I found it at Joann's. I thought it was kind of pretty. And back in it goes. And again, stitched all the way around. And that's the back of the journal. And it picked up all this. I'm going to have to fix that. And there's the front. And I will go back and check and make sure that I did stuff. We have another doggy trying to get in my lap. Can you believe this day? We've got a... I lost my train of thought because of the dog. Lord have mercy. But let me just say that I'm glad y'all were here with me today. Even though I seem to be a bit confused. I keep getting pawed at both sides. And from my baby. So it must be time to take them outside. So thank you very much. And I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.